She mixing shots of tequila and still having fun. We light in the mood with reefer and still drinking rum. She said she got a life in check, little sundress. How she living like never come stress. Make a count if she want flex. That girl a boss and don't want nothing less.
Hey, we live here on podcast. I want to say thank you guys. I'm going to just let everybody get in a second. So just enjoy the music while we get started.
Put it to your playlist. Add it to your playlist.
She mixing shots of tequila and still having fun. We light in the mood with reefer and still drinking rum. She said she got a life in check, little sundress. How she living like never no stress. Make a count check if she want flex. That girl a boss and don't want nothing less. Girl, I wanna see you put on. Yeah, we having fun. Gotta treat till it's gone. Let's go, let's go. Girl, I wanna see you put on. Yeah, we having fun. Can't leave the cup till the morning. She mixing shots of tequila and still having fun. We light in the mood reefer and still drinking rum. She said she got a life in check, little sundress. How she living like never no stress. Make a count check if she want flex. That girl a boss and don't want none. She mixing shots of tequila and still having fun. We light in the mood reefer and still drinking rum. She said she got a life in check, little sundress. How she living like never no stress. Make a count check if she want flex. That girl a boss and don't want nothing less.
Sonny got the playlist. If y'all listening right now, Slim Kartel. Make sure you add that to your playlist. Super Shuffle 2.0. Yo.
Bad shit, yeah she did. Hit one time, now I can't quit. Left, right, up, down. Throw it at me, I'm batting it. Them thick girls can't handle it. Pretty girls gon' handle it. Ratchet girls gon' handle it. Boss ladies gon' manage it. That booty round. It's going down. Now twerk it for me, take it to the ground. That booty fat. I'm trying to pound. I got some simple steps. Can you break it down? Twerk it for me, yeah she bad. Now twerk it for me, bounce that. Twerk it for me, know you bad. Now twerk it for me, yeah she did. Bounce that, give it up, girl, bounce, girl, give it up, yeah. Let's go.
All right. Yes. So welcome to Hypothesis. My name is Bevon, and with me here is Slim Kartel, rapper here from Virginia.
Hello.
Yes, I'm really grateful for the support you guys have been giving us here. So tonight, have some fun, talk about music, cannabis. Just want to make sure you guys some house cleaning. Thank you guys for supporting. Always, if you need any help when it comes to CBD, anything, just go to CBD.how. If you want to get a book on CBD for beginners, right here, it's available at Amazon. If you want to grow cannabis, hemp, CBD, grow CBD in those also on Amazon. And then Trusted RVA, if you want to get into school, learn some stuff. And then tonight we're gonna be sponsored by Kick It, right? See how you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a
That's
shirt,
right.
right?
Yeah, that's a new shirt.
Yeah,
New
man.
drop.
Yeah, like I like it because brings me back to the Tribe Called Quest, right? Can I kick it?
90s,
Yeah. Can I kick it? Yeah. And then we got Virginia Select. What's up? This is a brand pushing through the school, and it's all student grown hemp. So, yeah, man. So I'm really grateful, man. 420.
Yeah.
So, man, thank you for being here, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Pleasure.
Yeah. So, can you tell us about your background, man?
All right, so born and raised right here in Richmond, VA. I actually started off as a DJ before I became an artist. I was making mixtapes and stuff at 15. You know what I'm saying? Like just having fun with it. Then when I started hearing the instrumentals, that's what made me start like writing music.
Okay.
Started off like I sucked. I was horrible. You know what I mean? But then it got into like little battle rap. Like that's when that was popular. So I battle rap cats in high school. Then I started like writing songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And just stuck with it ever since. So yeah, local entrepreneur as well. You know, I got my own commercial cleaning company, so it's deeper than rap. You know what I mean? Like I try to stay busy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how has music helped you through
Uh,
the years?
Man, it's like a what do they call it? Mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It helps with my mental health. It helps me like put the stress, whatever I'm having, whether it's stress or I want to turn up and maybe I can't that day, but I can put it in a song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could capture that energy. So for me, it's an escape. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been using cannabis?
Since I was about 12 years old.
Wow, that's a long time, man.
Yeah.
Like what got you into it? Like you just tried it?
Yeah, I just tried it. I caught my cousin smoking, and he had snuck out the house, and my mom was looking for him. When I found him, he was smoking. So he was like, "Come here, you come here with us." Then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You be good. Like we both would get in trouble, or we both be good. So he ended up blowing me a shotgun, and ever since that day, it was just like, yo, I kind of like that. You know what I mean? Then by the time I was 14, I was buying my own weed. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But it's always been around. Like weed for me, it helps me relax. Like, cause I have like anxiety and stuff. You know, some people like weed will give them anxiety.
Yeah,
Be
you
like,
could take too much, right? It got high amounts of marijuana has high THC in there.
right,
So yeah.
right.
So this is the opposite for you.
Yeah, it's the opposite for me. It's gonna relax me. I'm chill.
Do you have like a favorite strain?
Uh, Not really my favorite strain. It's like almost hard to find. Like
Which one is that?
Purple Haze.
Oh,
Yeah, that's like my most favorite strain ever.
gotta see if I can find that. I gotta see if I can find that.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, how do you like infuse cannabis with your music?
Um, as far as I just let it help me create. Like, I do have my company Flight School,
Mm-hmm.
so you know that's Delta 8 products. I know you're familiar with the Delta 8.
Yeah.
So you know that's helping me establish my brand as a household name as well as also have a product line. So with the infused drinks and gummies and all this stuff, like that's like my merch. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
got you.
Yeah. So it goes hand in hand.
So we know that a lot of rappers use weed when in the studio, right?
Yeah.
So does it like help you creatively, or is that more for like relaxing to
You
think?
know what? When I'm actually in the studio working,
Mm-hmm.
I've already a lot of my stuff. I'm coming there ready,
Okay.
so I've already created. Because if I smoke weed while I'm recording,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going. I'm gonna be in there a while.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll smoke while I'm like creating it. Then I go to the studio and work. Like when I'm in the studio, I might drink. Ain't no smoking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So like, when you're on like stage, man, like, do
On
you?
stage,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of these clubs they'll try to stop us from smoking in there, but yeah, we smoke like at the beginning of performances and stuff, or if it's one of those nights, yeah, we're smoking and doing the show all in one time.
Does it like really help you when it comes to like being on stage?
Uh, I mean, it makes me more comfortable up there
Okay.
because you know you get anxiety. Like I don't give a fuck. It's always that feeling. It's almost like an anticipation of like what is this night gonna be like. You know what I'm saying? It's like a natural high by itself. So too much of that, you'll be like anxiety kicking in. So you gotta smoke, and then you just turn the show up.
Nice. So let's go back to cannabis. Has there ever been a moment where you took too much, man? Like what happened? Like,
I don't know. I felt crazy, ate a bunch of shit, and I just went to sleep. But it was like one of the things like where I slept like till the next day type shit. I went to bed at like 5 p.m. and didn't get up till like noon the next day. I was just out.
yeah, I remember getting some strong edibles, and it was probably the best sleep I ever had, man.
Oh yeah, no, edibles are great on the sleep. Like you wake up feeling like refreshed. It's different. Man, you take too many edibles and you're not really sleepy yet. It's when it kick in, you feel crazy.
Nice. So, since I met you, man, like I see you hustle hard, dude.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Where's the best place have you ever gone to for like doing your music, like tour or like venue? Like where's been your most best
And what
experience for you?
the best, my best experience. Oh man, It's been so many shows. Like I know we did one big show at the National. This was way like before COVID and stuff. That was dope because that was like such a big stage. You know what I mean? A lot of the clubs, like half of them, don't even exist out here anymore.
Oh wow.
Like Club 321, they used to be a big club back here in Richmond. Like we tore up every club out here. Hyperlink, that used to be a big club out here. Now out of town, I done performed at a couple dope spots in Baltimore and stuff like that. Like that was alright.
Have you done anything overseas yet?
Nah, not yet. We're actually glad you asked that. We're actually in the works of like working out a deal for that. So they're trying to offer me a promo tour over there.
Nice. Yeah, that's where the money's at.
Yeah, we just got to do a little bit more work, you know what I'm saying? Buckle some things down, but that's on the way.
Yeah. Some of this from just reading the news, right? They say like being overseas when it comes to music is where it's at compared to the States.
Yeah. People tend to, it's not so biased. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's good music, it's good music, and they gonna rock out to it. And they can make more, like, depending where you go, like they pay you in US dollar.
Oh wow. Okay.
So if our currency holds more weight in their country, it's like you coming out great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So like for a lot of, especially here in the States, a lot of musicians, Madison Square Garden is their biggest thing for them, right?
Yeah.
Like where is this for you? Like what, like nation, like just worldwide, like where would you want to like go perform at?
If I could perform anywhere, it would be Rolling Loud. Like I want to perform at Rolling Loud.
Where's that at?
Miami.
Right.
Big festival they do every year. It actually just ended, I think like a couple months ago. But they have it every year, you know what I mean? I think like August.
Okay, for the summer and the summer. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like mega stage, like
Gotta make that happen.
Oh no, yeah, that's the goal. And these records keep doing well like they are, shit, we out of there.
Well, what was your first record that you got on the radio play?
The first one, believe it or not, was Cupid, the Cupid Shuffle 2.0.
Yeah.
Like, cause you gotta think back when we was making music in 2012, like certain songs we get on the radio, but it's not like today, like how we got Apple Music and all that stuff.
Right,
like, so now this is like my first official song that's been on the radio. Yeah,
how was that?
It counts.
How was that feel, man? Like,
yeah, it was a good feeling. I couldn't believe it. Like when it first happened, I was having such a shitty day, and then somebody ended up hitting me that morning and was like, Yo, I know you're excited. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, I'm pissed right now. What do you want? They're like, yo, your song's all over the radio. I'm like, what? Then the phone rang again. Yo, you heard your shit? I'm like, so it started like picking up, like snowball effect. Yeah.
So congrats, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
So I know as you start getting on the radio play, getting a little more famous, like have people start coming up asking for your autograph yet?
Nah.
Not yet. Oh my god.
Nah, we getting it there.
Because the reason I said that because I have a guy, one of the guys here. Okay. He's like, man, I gotta be Slim, man. I gotta be Slim. Yeah, he's like,
nah, hey, that's always love, yo. That's a wonderful feeling when people feel like that.
Yeah,
like, I love that. I love that I can give them that feeling, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's all good. Hey, we want an autograph. I sign them. I'll be signing them early. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. We gotta get that first one. So, so keep it short. But like, what led you to, like, were you high when you created that song?
So, shout out my producer Andrew Hypes. We've been working on my album, so we're getting ready to drop an album soon. But I was like, we gotta have like a single. Like, we need something crowd friendly, radio friendly, like some timeless shit. And we just started going through old records, and I was like, that's it right there. And he just started tweaking the beat. We used the sample. He came out with the beat. I instantly went in. Like, we started working on it right there. Like, we probably did this record in like 20 minutes.
Wow, damn, that's fast.
Yeah, and as far as recording it, like making the beat, it still probably only took him like an hour maybe. Like, cause he went in on it. Like, but yeah. So after that, put it out there. Like, we reached out to Cupid, got Cupid's blessings on the record. Like, it just went. You know what I mean?
Nice. Welcome.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
uh,
So I, you know what I mean. Once he gave the blessing on it, we released it. Shout out Mike Street. He's the one that broke the record on FM radio.
okay.
Yeah.
Was that a hard process to get, like, from starting off to getting approved for the samples and everything?
Yes, it's kind of a tricky process. It is like you got to know who to reach out to, send back and forth emails, negotiate shit, like. But it all works itself out.
Nice. And then Cupid Shuffle. like we're no, not Cupid Shuffle, but Tequila on our Own. I love that song,
Yeah.
man. Like, what was the inspiration for that?
When we went to where we go? We went to St. Thomas.
Okay.
So we went out there last year. This was like during COVID, beginning of the pandemic. Me and the team was like, "Yo, let's get the fuck out of here."
I remember the photos. I remember y'all posted photos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we rented a villa and we left. And while we was out there, my homie was sending me beats, hypes. You know what I mean? I was like, "Yo, send me some shit to work on." I always tell him that, like, if I know I'm going somewhere, send me some shit to work on. And then when we sent it, I just like I had the vibe out there. You know what I mean? And then that's all we was drinking, literally bottles of tequila and bottles of rum. Every morning for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You got 6 bottles on the counter. Like we never ran out for a week. Like we just so that's when I was like, all right, you know, we partying the whole time. Like I got it.
Nice.
And they just came up with the song.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, are you working on any new songs now?
Man, I got so much unreleased music and songs that I've written that I ain't even record yet. Like it's crazy. Like I got a lot of stuff.
Can't wait
But
for
right
that.
now, we're gonna once we finish up the album, like that's when I probably drop another single. I do got another single I'm getting ready to drop that's from the album that Hypes produced the whole album. So
Nice.
we doing some like you remember how DJ Drama and Jeezy did the
Yeah.
tapes, like yeah, I'm working with that one guy like Future and Metro. That's this type of combo. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I see you getting a lot of love on YouTube, man. People like love the music, man. I was like,
man.
how is that like just seeing how the community has been reacting to your music?
Yeah.
How's that feeling for you?
It's great to know that I kind of switched it up. You know what I mean? Because we could do street music all day, but to step out of my element and for it to work, and I was just like, okay, this is a blessing right there. So I love it. I love the fact that my music can make somebody be in a good mood versus making them want to, tear some shit up. So it's cool, man.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I want to try some of this.
Yeah, what do we got up here? What am
So-
I looking at?
You got Virginia Select, like I said, check that out. And so this is all student grown hemp,
Okay.
right? So I think you saw the purple one I had out here.
Yeah.
So this is Stormy Daniels, right? So it's been cured for about a week or so.
That's the one I just asked about, right?
Yeah, the one you just talked about,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And so it's cured. So I want you to try that right here.
All right. So I'm the first one to try this.
First one to try this, man.
Man, don't lie to me, man.
It's the first one right here.
You probably tried it.
yeah.
Wish everybody from this end. All right, they got the filter.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Let me know how you.
Stormy Daniels. Yeah. Automatically, without even lighting it, it tastes great. All right. I'm excited about this one.
Oh yeah, you can taste the flavor on that. Good. Get a lighter right here.
Oh yeah, that's good. And this is CBD.
It's hemp.
It's hemp.
You got CBD in there. It's about
This shit
18%.
tastes real good.
Yeah.
Man,
And I like it because
it's better than a lot of y'all cats loud out there. That shit y'all be saying is loud. Shit.
And the thing I like about it, right, with the palm leaf, it burns slower,
Yeah.
right? And especially for those of you who like, blunts and that tobacco paper, I find this is so much better for me, right? And it's good stuff, man. And
I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't even really smoke leaves.
No.
I did this shit for you. This is for you, but I
Appreciate
usually
that,
smoke papers. But like the flavor of this shit is great.
Yeah, this is all student grown.
Okay. And these
So,
are the students. at
Student
Choice.
grown, all this stuff right here, grown right here. And Stormy Daniels, it's hemp. It's 0.3% THC. It's wonderful. We're really grateful for the students coming here and support us, helping us grow. Um, so we're releasing this in about maybe a month and a half,
All
right?
right.
And
So
the
how
support is
long
cool.
does the indoor grow take?
So normally 4 months, right?
Okay.
I like to veg for like 2 months and then flower for 2 months, right? That way I'm making sure that by vegging for 2 months, I get a plant big enough. So like this one right here,
Yeah.
right? I could flower this one right now and it would triple in size, when it's flowering. But I'm gonna wait another month, get as big as possible,
And then
and,
go to flower.
and then it's going to flower. So like,
Okay.
if you're doing autoflower can do, about 3 months if you really wanted to.
How much can you yield in that time frame?
So depends on how, if you top it and you start playing around with it, so you get a lot of branches. Like some people can get a pound, like for one plant, but it take you a few months for you to really, grow that. I think the average is like an ounce, right?
That ain't. I
Yeah.
mean, that ain't bad if you running it every 3 months. But that's ounce per plant.
Yeah.
And how many plants you can put in one grow?
So for hemp, the tent, well, this tent right here is a 4x4.
Okay.
So I can have about 6 plants in there. If I do it really right. If I want to like I said, veg it up months at a time,
Mhm.
then I can do 4 plants, and then I'll put up the net so I like spread the canopy out so I get like a full grow. But for someone who's growing at home, like this here in Virginia, this marijuana, is 4 plants. But for hemp, it's just up to you, right? And how like space wise you want to go. If you have a 2x2 tent, we recommend 3 plants at the most, right? And then, but it's all preference because there's no wrong or right way of growing the plant, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about experimenting. But like I said, if you
Soil, nutrients.
soil nutrients, the light, you could quite light.
Okay.
So
I really love this shit, right?
It's good, right? Yeah. And it's this is for relaxing. So it's like a kind of like a hybrid indica,
Okay.
right? I like it. It's
It has a hint of that purple I was talking about.
yeah. It's a cross between Trump one and cherry blossom, if I'm not mistaken.
So these are the same.
They're all the same right here.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
take one more home with you. Shit.
yeah, it's I like it, man. I mean, I like experimenting, and I find for me the
And this is
paper
Virginia Select.
right? Student grown.
They got some good shit.
Yeah.
Slim Kartel approves. Yeah, this is great.
You got any questions?
He got a lot of questions.
Slim is here. You got questions for Slim?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
y'all for joining.
Yeah,
So
man.
this live podcast shit is dope. How long you been doing this?
So I've been doing like lives since 2018. I started before I was online.
Okay.
And like for me, engaging with regular consumers was my thing. Up like 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning,
doing Q&As,
just asking questions. People hit me up in the DMs, Bevon, I have XYZ. Can you help me like find the best product? And then like I have anxiety, so stage fright.
Yeah.
So being on camera, like what I did upstairs earlier,
Right.
I've never done that until I got into the industry, man. So CBD helped me a lot, right? And so
did you smoke before you did that?
No, I didn't smoke. Man.
Nah?
I find that I've done it before. I don't like the feeling because I forget some of the things I want to say, right?
Okay.
So I like to just be even. If I do it, I probably do like at least 4 hours ahead, so that way I'm just calm, right, and not all strong. And that's speaking from experience, right? Because I've been places where I was just too high, and I realized, that doesn't
I've been
work,
like
right?
that in the mall before. Just shopping, it's like, I know everybody looking at me. Like it's just like one of them feelings that anxiety. So I know what you mean.
And then even doing CBD, like smoking baby CBD before, same thing because it alters the brain. And so for me, I was like, no. But I've been doing lives forever, and so podcasts. This is just beginning of it, right? The goal is to interview people, not just like you as a rapper, but maybe artists, the musicians, somebody who do the drawings. Like it's like a lot of us use cannabis as a medication, right?
Oh,
for
absolutely.
creativity.
Especially the creatives.
Yes. Like play the piano, and like for me, I code, right? So sometimes when I can't figure something out, I go smoke, and then I go back to coding, and things just come to me like that. Okay. So it helps me a lot. So to go with a podcast now, just find people in the community and say, hey, come, ask questions, let's just mingle and find out what's your cannabis story, you know what I'm saying,
what level are you at?
Yeah,
right.
Because gotta give people a space, right, to share their story, right? Because we don't do it, who is gonna do it, right? And we know that the very first people who grew cannabis in this country were slaves, black slaves, right? They were the original farmers here. So like, why not go back to the community and say, hey, come here. This is a spotlight for you to talk about, what you're doing. And come out the spotlight because before it's taboo. Nobody wants to share their story because they're afraid they're gonna get arrested. But now we can do it in a safe space, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the goal of the podcast is to just help the community. And I love talking to people. I love interviewing.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because you find the right person who loves talking. I don't have to say anything, man.
Yeah,
that's the best part, right?
Yeah, nah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
But see, when you give people shit like this is on you because I'm gonna keep trying this. Like, I love this shit.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
And this is now Virginia Select. This company is brand new.
Brand new. It's through the school.
Okay.
For me, I don't want the school to be selling products, right?
Yeah.
But the school needs to support the community, and school needs its own support.
Right.
Because most schools are student supported, right? You have to go after funding. So like, how can we do something? So Virginia Select is the line that we use. So the first line is going to be student grown, and then the other coming with 4 other lines. That's going to be finding minority-owned farmers here in the state, and then reach out to them, get the product, and have sell it for them. Yeah. And then for me, because I love the camera, is to go to the farm, try the product out, film everything, right? Create content, find a story, and then post it online. So that because I don't want to just sell something, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, let's support the farmers. Like, hey, what's your story like? Because most of them are not going to get the spotlight, and the people are not going to go share the stories or like find out who they are, right?
So
and
kind of bringing that platform
for them, yeah. And that's what the Virginia Select line is all about.
I like that.
Yeah,
getting people involved. That's what we need. We need more like minorities in the industry because the corporate guys, they capitalize it already. I think I was reading out of it's some white dude. He owns the entire license for recreational weed for the Virginia, for Eastern Virginia. Yep. And I'm like, how can this be when it's not even supposed to be legal yet to do that shit? So you see, the money talks. It's all a numbers game. Yeah, so if we have more smaller farmers, like we're stronger in numbers.
Agree.
Yeah, and then we can kind of change the tide. So
that too, and then look at it as a lot of people want to get into legal marijuana, and I always tell them the cost is a lot, and then it's also if you're just one person, it's probably gonna be nearly impossible to get a license, right? So you have to use a team, but in the meantime, get into hemp, start growing hemp, get your license, so the government can see that, hey, XYZ has been doing his license, growing legal hemp, doing the paperwork for the last 2-3 years. Yeah. So when time comes up for you to apply for the marijuana license, you have the leg up, you're in the system, right? And then you can bring on investors to say, hey, I've been growing hemp, here's my paperwork, here's my, my sales, come on board with me. And as a team, we go after them and get it. That's the way you want to do it because it's hard to compete. Like I said, G Leaf is already on the market. They're already selling flour.
Saw a new one they put up in our short pump by Best Buy.
Yeah, they have the KFC coming too. So
yeah,
the old KFC, they're going to turn into dispensary, a drive-through dispensary in short pump.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, and so
they're taking over. That's probably to do with the license.
Yep, and they call it a pilot program, right? Mm-hmm. It's not.
That's what I've been hearing. G Leaf, if you're watching, they're talking about you. That's like the 10th person I've heard say that.
Yeah, and it's expensive. Yeah, and they're charging you $70.
They might need to contact Choices RVA and take those classes. Yeah. Learn how to grow. Because a lot of people don't know what they're selling out here. Right.
So yeah. Cornered.
Yeah. I was talking with my boy about that the other day. It's like a lot of people are just trying to jump in the game just to make a quick buck, but they're not educating themselves. So you don't even know what you're selling people. Like they if you ask them for a lab test, they don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like levels to this shit. That's why we push people to learn. Like,
you have to because we call it GMO wheat, GMO hemp. They're making a lot of products. So 2 years ago, I was out in Vegas, and
spending money,
going to the MJB's con. But for me, I'm a nerd, so I like behind the scenes. I like learning like what's going on, and you see like man, they have warehouses and warehouses of stuff
Right.
because people jump in the industry, right? They grow their stuff, but they can't sell it because you have to have a consumer before you sell a product.
Right.
You know, so people like, especially in Kentucky, the auctions. So they buying up all the hemp, you know, the biomass, we call it biomass, and they store it, right? And then now you see the prices of CBD is dropping, right? Before you spend, $100 for like 1,000 milligrams, you can get it for like 30, $40.
Okay.
And so big companies, they grow so much, those warehouses called GMO. And then it's like anything like with corn, after a certain point, it's the same seed they use over and over and over. So the genetics are never going to be the same after 5 years, right? And so you want to help the community say, hey, instead of buying from these big companies, like here in Virginia, you grow your own, right? Or you go find people who have seeds and get you that nice craft cannabis.
So how do you know when to get good? Like, how do you know you're getting good seeds from somebody per se?
Reputation, right? So it's all about getting the community. Like here in Virginia, we have community clubs, like through us to like Home Grow, Happy Trees. There's other companies here. There's a cannabis clubs you go to and meet people who's like, because the really good growers are not the ones used to growing. It's always the veterans, people who've been doing it for like 10, 15, 20 years at home, hidden somewhere.
The hippies.
Yeah, the hippies, right? Because they're the ones who went through all the struggles, right? The bugs, the mold, all the issues. Those are the really good growers. And those are the ones that have the really good genetics, right? You see them potent flowers, right? And so those you want to get in the clubs, whatever state you're in. Okay. I would recommend getting the right there. Here in Virginia, you can't buy it. So people like to trade seeds, right? And so that's what I recommend. If you're in some states, you could buy it online. So you could buy it online. There's websites you can go on. Yeah. You don't know if you get, but there's some good companies out there. I'm not gonna say the name online right now, but there's some good companies that you could buy seeds from that have good reputation. And a lot of them too. If you buy from them and you say, "Hey, my seeds didn't germinate," they'll send you some shit. Yeah, they're really good at that. Cool. Yeah, because customer service is the key, no matter what you're doing. And if you treat people right, because growing marijuana, you're gonna want to keep going back to the same company over and over, especially you get a really good genetics. Absolutely. So they treat you really good. I like to people, hey, there's get into it not just as a consumer, but as a business. Get into it, whether you learn business class, you learn how to grow your own. There's different ways to make money. There's 20,000 different ways, right? There's paper, there's clothes, right? You don't have to like grow it to sell it, right?
Oh no,
you sell the glass right here, right?
You can build a brand around it, and that's one thing I learned. They weren't in here when I was talking about it earlier, but I got my own company, Flight School. So we're all Delta 8 products. We have the drinks, the infused chips, gummies, you know what I mean? And then we also have merch that goes with it. So it's like you can build a whole brand around this. Like,
that's what you gotta do. Yeah, because
create another revenue stream. Because in two ways.
Creating that brand around that people support the brand, not necessarily the product. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
the person,
brand. Like once you can associate a brand, that's what makes it stick.
Yeah. So that's the way to do it. So yeah, man. I appreciate this, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
It's a good stream right here.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me try this. So I'm the first one.
First one, man.
So I definitely recommend this. Like, can I have one more?
Go ahead, man.
I don't want to be greedy.
There you go, man.
Oh man, thank you. Gifts. You get gifts when you come to the podcast.
I have one left right here, right? I love you guys.
If they need a sample, I'm a donate it. I'm gonna donate it back because I gotta try that shit.
Yeah. So this is Stormy Daniels. It's a hemp. They just name to call it, right? To make just name.
I got a cat named Stormy.
Stormy. And it's kind of a more on the hybrid indica side. It's for relaxation. It's calming. And it's anywhere from 18 to 22% CBD. It's wonderful.
And it tastes great.
It's really great. It's really great. Yeah. Yeah. And it won't get you high. That's one thing about it. It's really good for relaxing.
Yeah, definitely relax. I don't feel high. I definitely feel like super mellow and chill.
Yeah. And then I like about the palm leaf is slow burning. If it was a pre-roll, this would have been done already. And the target with this is those who like smoking blunts and a lot of tobacco. We want to get away from tobacco, right? And so this is all natural. And then if you don't like these, you can always buy it's hemp paper made of hemp. There's rice paper too as well. So there's
Is the
different
raw
options.
paper good?
Yeah, raw paper is good. Yeah,
Yeah, that's usually what I roll up in.
yeah, it's a good paper. He went out and actually sourced his stuff when he came together. So he's a good people, man.
Okay.
Yeah, he made a really good brand about it. So it's always good options right here. But yeah.
You guys got any questions for Bevon?
You guys have any questions? No questions?
I hit that shit.
So do you, I mean, it sounds like you're familiar with the whole hemp process or applying for licenses and stuff like that. Do you assist if someone's interested in doing the process?
Yeah. So the question is asking about assisting with the licenses. Yes.
Or with the process or any like somebody's interested in getting the foot in the door and you're familiar with some,
So yes. So Choices RVA.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. We teach. So we currently have an 8-week business course. We teach the history of hemp, compliance, merchant accounts, marketing, the different usage of it. Teach you customer service if you want to get into the industry, right? What you can and can't say. Because there's certain things you say the wrong things, you can get sued from a consumer standpoint.
Or get blocked on social media.
Help getting blocked. Teach you how to the beginnings of growing and turning into a product, and that's online. We also have grow classes, which will be online next month. We're working on classes for intro to terpenes, classes on cannabinoids. We're also working on a class for those of you doing vendors, right? How to sell legal THC, CBD products, right? Know what to know when you're out there to people. We're also working on another class, how to sell THC legally. And then if you're not in the class, we do a lot of workshops. Like I said, the event we have tonight is an opportunity to ask questions as well. But Choices RVA is the way to go if you want to learn everything on there. And then we also launch a new website at the end of the month, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, any other questions? There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with asking questions.
Slower, but for some reason it's a lot more entertaining.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Actually, from a business standpoint, how many? Because I had been looking into growing something possibly, and I thought about. I was like, well, I have a relatively large apartment, or at least it has large rooms, so to speak. So I was kind of thinking of setting one off to the side a little bit and maybe do some growing in there. I actually did get a tent. I didn't quite get all the way into it, fully invested into it. I just doing piece by piece so you actually get to the product. But I do have a smaller tent. Like I think it's like 4x6, like 6 feet tall almost.
Okay.
And I do like the brand of tent that y'all are using. Or I mean, how long have y'all been growing those plants for? How many cycles or generations?
So this is the fourth cycle. Yeah. So this month has been our first, actually, last month, right before October 1st, we did the first started growing in the tents. We did over a full 20. And so we moved here. But this is like the fourth cycle for us growing in the tents. I really like it. The thing about the tents is it's clean. It's clean. You can help prevent some of the bugs issues like people grow outside and there's no rain.
It's like almost like a warehouse setting.
Very like warehouse setting. Yep. And then I find it easier to grow in there than it is growing outside. Right. You can control the temperature, the humidity, the lighting in there, and you can grow year round. That's the benefit of it, right?
As long as you have it in that tent.
As long as you have a tent. And then here in like Virginia, if you want to grow marijuana, you can do 4 plants, right? 2 flowering and 2 in veg. Hemp, you can grow as much hemp as you want. If you want to turn a business, I recommend getting your license.
So what do you mean? I'm very new to this.
Okay.
But what do you mean by you can grow as much hemp as you want?
So
Remember when he was talking with if you were upstairs when he was talking about the difference between hemp and cannabis.
Yeah. Hemp and marijuana.
Hemp and marijuana, yeah. So it's like hemp is cannabis.
I see what you're
But
saying.
marijuana is not hemp. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And from a standpoint, cannabis is federally illegal, right? You know, well, let's say this could go marijuana, right? And so because hemp is legal, right? You grow at home. If you grow marijuana at home, you can grow hemp at home, right? The only difference is they say marijuana you have to grow 4 plants, right? Technically, you can grow as many hemp as home, as long as it's not a business. If you want to grow it for the business, you got to get registered, and then say, hey, I'm registered for the business. Here's my my license. I got my license and my application, and then this is what I'm growing. But it's a gray area. There's no law that says you can't grow hemp at home, right? Because you can grow marijuana. If you grow marijuana, you can grow hemp. It's just that for marijuana side for the government, you can only grow 4 plants at a time.
And this is hemp.
This is hemp, right?
And
So if
that
you're doing
shit-
personal,
that
you know,
shit's
yeah.
good.
So you can have like 6, 7 plants in there if you're growing hemp. If you want to do it for business, you want to sell it. I say cover your ass, right? $600 for all 3 licenses here in Virginia. So I always recommend getting your license. Yeah.
Oh, that was my other question. I know you probably already covered a lot of these easier questions I want to ask, so I'm not going to ask them for everyone's sake. But I will ask more of the material standpoint as far as like how many tents would you say would you want to start using if you thought about selling? Like, what's the minimum for it to kind of be worth your time?
I would start with 2 tents, and the reason why you want to have 1 tent for veg and 1 tent for flowering, right? Otherwise, if you have 1 tent, you have to wait the whole 4-month cycle, right? You have to grow in there, let it grow, then flip the light on. Yeah. So I have 2 tents. One always you always flowering in there. I mean, veg in 1 tent, and the other tent for flowering. So when you finish here, you move it over and start over.
Starting another one,
Yeah.
so it's constantly moving. Constantly
Yep.
moving.
That's the way to do it. And then as you just scale up, then you get thing. But if you're doing it just for personal reason, right? This is marijuana. Two plants in 1 tent and 2 plants in the other tent, right? That's the way you're supposed to do it, right? Because only 2 plants will be flowering at once. But if you're doing this for business with hemp, then you can just whatever you want. And for us, for us in another 2 weeks, here's gonna be all set up nice with open rooms, so we're able to grow out in the open. And then we're gonna use that tent right here from microgreens, right? Nice. And then that tent we're gonna use for making the other babies for clones. And then that side we're gonna be vegging, and then this side's gonna be flowers. And then you're gonna have a window right here. You have a 5-by-4 window. So next time I'm doing my podcast, you can see all the plants behind me. Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Right.
So that's.
Damn, I want to come back on now.
We gotta do that, man.
Yeah.
I have a question. So I know, like, there's light and you got the tents. I don't know all of the ins and outs, but is it like a true plant? Like, does it need to have day and night, or can you just?
You do that with the
cycle
lights.
with just light all the time?
You do that with the lights.
With the lights.
So does it have to be light all the time, or does it require some dark too?
So
You know what I mean?
light all the time. I use the light all the time for the babies. When I first germinating, I want them to grow as fast as possible. So like back there, I'm testing on a clone. Hopefully, fingers crossed that it works. But the light is on 24/7. I'm trying to get it, going. But then once you in veg, I have these over an 18/6. So 18/6 is kind of like summertime. You have 18 hours of light, 6. And then when you flowering, you go 12/12. Because so kind of want to mimic our earth cycle. Because in summertime it's more light, and like right now the light's shrinking, right? So the plant knows, oh my gosh, I'm dying. There's less light. So that's what the flowering is basically. The plant is dying. And so 18/6 and 12/12 for flowering here.
I feel like some people think that I just need a light, I can just go 24 hours.
I ain't gonna burn the plant up.
Yep. That you're gonna just veg it all the way out, right?
Yeah, and they ain't gonna never flower.
Right.
They just have a tall ass plant.
Yep. So that's what we got to the classes.
Yeah, your classes are.
I guess like I said, you already answered this, but just as one question, really, what is the temperature and humidity that you want to keep it in?
So I like to keep it between 65 to about no more than 80 degrees Fahrenheit, right?
That's it. That's a pretty good range.
Yeah, well, there's
for
no-
the tent, if you're doing it indoors, you don't want to pull all the heat straight into the
True, yeah.
area.
Yeah, but between 70 80, there's no set way, right? There's really no set way scientifically. We don't know yet, right? Because still a lot done. Plant was illegal, so research is limited. For humidity, I want to keep it between 50 to 60. Try to keep it closer to 50, 55, right? The higher humidity is, the more susceptible to mold. The lower humidity, plant dries up. So especially when it comes to like drying and curing, you want to make sure that between that range. And then when it comes to like the pH, it's about 6 to 7. And then like in the class, when I go to the grow class, we go into depth, like what does that mean, like as far as humidity, talk about all different individual things. But yeah, you want to keep that nice even range. Yeah, it's like we always say, if you can go in there and feel comfortable, plant is going to be comfortable. If it's too hot for you there, chances are the plant is too hot. If it's too cold for you inside there, then chances are.
That's why I like at the florist they keep it cool in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing the natural cycle of the air through it too.
Yeah. You see, I got fans in there and everything.
And so really, you don't need like I see you have a heat lamp on that one, but do you really need that heat lamp to keep it in the
Heat lamp?
that range?
No.
That's the heat lamp up there.
Oh,
No,
top?
excuse me, that's not a heat lamp.
No, that's
Sorry, they look the same.
some people add heat in their house, right? So if you go in like Michigan,
Yeah.
right, they have heat lamps because it gets really cold, right? And especially if you don't have like the regular central air, heat in the air. So people have, but you have to be careful because of fire, all those things with the heat lamps. But you want to keep it like at least average temperature, like as long as you're comfortable in there, the plants is gonna be fine. And then you just have the fan circulating in there, and then circulation keeps kind of like the wind helps the plants, and fresh air, yeah.
Yeah, fresh air.
Fresh air,
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if it was to suck the heat out or because I saw that at the top end.
Yeah, the top. I like it to suck the heat out too. Though. Pull in air and then suck it out. Keep it cycle here. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So, any other questions? Cool. Right. Yeah. So, man, I appreciate you coming on board, man.
No doubt, man.
Thanks,
Thanks
man.
for
First,
having me.
man. Yeah.
Let me know when
Gotta
you
come
get
back.
another
Yeah.
new strain.
Yeah.
I'll be the tester.
I got the T1 at home. Currently, I get some of that.
What's the T1?
The Trump one.
Sound like
Yeah.
Terminator.
So Trump one. So Stormy is a crossbreed between Trump one and Cherry Blossom, right?
Okay.
And so I have some of that, and then I also have a strain called Orange Magnolia. I got it from my friends out in California. That one's an indica, right? It's more natural. And then so the T1 is that one right there in the front that's growing right here. That's a T1 right there. Yeah, that big one. So we harvest this on Saturday.
Okay.
And then we have that next cycle.
Yeah.
And then I'm growing some Ichiban, and then I'm growing a crossbreed that I'm doing here with an electro strain, in-house strain growing. And then I have this right here. It's a lifter I got from Old Manchester here. So this is a clone growing really well. So yeah.
And this is hemp as well?
All hemp.
Okay.
All hemp. Yep.
That's what's up,
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
So where can people find you, man?
You can find me on Instagram at @the_real_Slim Kartel. I'm on any playlist. I mean, you think of it. Any platform. I'm sorry, I'm high. So that shit he said it don't get you high. He lied. Look,
just relax.
Yeah. I'm an artist, so what I was gonna say, any platform. Oh man, so yeah, just look up Slim Kartel, Kartel. Put me in Google. I'll pop up. Add me to your playlist. 2 singles right now: Cupid Shuffle, Tequila and Rum. Currently spinning on FM radio throughout Virginia. Appreciate all the love and support out there. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just catch up.
And then don't forget to follow us on Hypothesis.co is the website, choicesrva.com, choicesrva on Instagram. Also, please don't forget your classes, our books. I have a grow book right here. Also have a book on CBD for beginners available on Amazon and also cbd.house/books. I appreciate you guys so much. Those of you watching online, those of you going to be watching this later,
Right.
Thank you so much. And then we go roll out here with tequila and rum, man.
Hey.
Let's get that going. Yeah. That was fun, man.
Yeah.
mixing shots of tequila and still having fun. We light in the mood with reefer and still drinking rum. She said she got a life in check. Little sundress, how she living like never come stress. Make account if she want flex. That girl a boss and don't want nothing less. You got her body rolling. Yeah, you have my mind in focus.
Y'all flame, man.
Let loose tonight, explosive. You one of a kind, I know this. You say you want some drink in your cup. Yes, I sweep you off your feet, baby, don't stress. No one is up for me like a spring. Say before I never be a
Yeah,
seat.
keep it shuffle right here. Yeah.
You know we did this at my cousin wedding.
Who did? That was your dad in the video, right? You in the video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was dad, right?
Shit, yeah, she did. Hit one time, now I can't quit. Left, right, up, down. Throw it at me, I'm batting it. Them thick
out,
girls
everybody.
can't handle it. Pretty girls gon' handle it. Ratchet girls gon' handle it.